guys, Mustached here to review the movie Megan 2.0. So, I have seen the trailer for this movie quite a few times, and it was actually quite interesting, at least from my perspective. Even when I was watching the first initial trailers, I was thinking to myself, are they really taking a Terminator 2 route? For those unfamiliar somehow with Terminator 2, the Terminator goes from hunting them down to protecting them from the first movie to the second. But then I started seeing reviews saying how if this was even necessary, and then I watched a movie after seeing that on my thumbnails, only to see that this wasn't even categorized as a horror film, or at least it did have thriller in it, but it was action thriller. So that, to me, hard confirms that they were definitely, on top of the trailer, doing a very Terminator 2 switch up with the character. So we start off with in Turkish-Iran border with a woman being shot down, or at least that's what we think is happening at the very beginning, who's brought into this furnace to be burned, the body, only to discover that this particular individual is not just an ordinary human, in fact is an AI machine called Amelia, but proceeds to kill the person she was brought in to save initially. So, we see the transition of our characters. The mom from the first movie is now anti-too much smartphone time, but still believes that AI can be used for good. Obviously, we are in an era in the real world where AI is, been slotted all over YouTube and taking potential jobs away from YouTubers. It is taking away creative aspects from artists and potentiality for them to make money. But I also recognize on the opposing side that AI has also been used for medical, actual precision treatments. I've read about this before. So, yeah, obviously, the discussion of AI has rekindled as of late. It's been as early as Terminator, where, AI was, sort of even beforehand, even before Terminator, where AI was a discussion. But now we are in an era where AI is present and, much more accounted for in real life versus even back then. They even make a mockery of this in referring to the paperclip tool on the, on your Word documents being one of the first indications of AI, actually. That actually shows how old AI truly is. That it would start from the paperclip tool, essentially, and how it would aim to assist the person using whatever Word document that they would be using, and so on and so forth. But I went into this movie full well knowing, or expecting this to be the flip, a Terminator 2 sort of idea. Anyway, so we see also that the daughter has taken up martial arts. And when she's bugged at school, she uses her expertise in her martial arts, but gets a little bit in trouble doing so. So, the mom is offered a position by this potential rich guy to essentially work for him, but she denies said offer. And we see that Amelia, at a cutaway scene, is not done with her work, as she works her way out of a bag and proceeds to kill another person. So we see that the mom has this potential boyfriend or love interest that is, they're gonna flip that narrative, spoiler alert, in this scenario. But the mom is warned, because she still has the AI around her house. It tries to warn her that something's up, and then she's invaded. They tried to defend themselves. And so, it is after this assault, or potential assault, that Megan appears. She is, she's only on the computer screens on the TV home. So, the mom is, they learn about the Amelia situation, which is what, causes the mom to accept Megan's offer to build her a body. At first, a smaller body. They use the little cute, like little bot thing that you see in the trailers. That blue bot. But we also see that Amelia is now prepping up to attack another individual. This CEO that the mom and her newfound team, or refound team, are trying to gain access to as well. Amelia gets to him first. Meanwhile, and scans his eye while the others are at this convention, this like AI convention. This is where you get your sequel to the dance sequence where Megan is set up to do so this time around, rather than it just happening sort of happenstance. But Megan manages to hack Amelia, or at least something around Amelia, temporarily to get her to leave, thus outsmarting her. But Amelia knows that she can target the daughter to get this situation flipped on its head, as it were. So she aims for the house, turns off the power, and Megan, at this juncture where they reach this bunker, talks to the daughter. So now the daughter is in on this this sequence, as now the four of them, that being the mom, the daughter, and the two co-workers of the mom, are brought into said bunker. But Katie, the daughter, gets separated temporarily and finds Megan in the body that she is currently the most stuck in. But the daughter convinces Megan to do the right thing versus protecting her. And so this begins our sequence of the reprogramming of Megan. We learn that Amelia has her own hidden function, that she's doing whatever to get something or other. But she wants to use, Megan wants to use an individual as bait to, like, this other guy that Amelia is potentially going to go after as bait. Meanwhile, the officers are, because they were the ones who invaded, they were the FBI, and then they were trying to, they thought that she was being coerced into this situation, or just outright sold it, so they're arresting her outright. So they have now their EMP guns ready to take action against the models. This is where we have our little dance sequence, by the way, where they're at where everyone's converging on this AI invention of sorts, and Megan repurposes herself as one of the dancers and like knocks one of them out to do so. Anywho, so Megan is caught on to, but Amelia isn't quite done yet. And so, in fact, Amelia starts killing people. And we see that the daughter is like helping or attempting to help with like these functionalities of Megan to fight better on the scene. She was given some sort of prohibitor chip by the mom on top of all that. But I digress in saying that Megan then sees Amelia escape, and they bring the bait, the boyfriend guy from before, who happens to be like this CEO friend guy, into the lair, where it kind of becomes a heist movie, except with the heist leading to attacking the main AI base. They learn all about like the original AI that went bonkers, and like it's in the same facility apparently. It is here where we get probably one of the more interesting moments, where the mom, where Megan is confronting the mom about her, lack or ability to do things the right way, and the mom, blames herself, not necessarily Megan in this scenario. And this is because I guess they, on top of the dance sequence, they also had a singing sequence in the first movie, so they also bring that back again, where she sings to the mom some related song about being strong or whatever. So, now that we see that the daughter gets captured by Amelia toward the base, and so our sneak-in begins. One of the co-workers named Cole knocks himself out in the process of trying to sneak in, while the mom starts to suss out Megan after the fact. Now, this is in turn of what has been going on with Amelia, and so on and so forth. But now it ends up being the quote-unquote potential boyfriend, Christian, I believe. Like, I'll just call him Christian, even though they, pronounce it differently. So he ends up with the one who piped bombs, that he is the one who was controlling Amelia, essentially. So the mom got captured, but later escapes with Megan implanted in her brain. So now we have a sequence where the mom does this battle sequence with the AI added to her, and the battle suit that we see earlier in the movie. And eventually the mom regroups with the daughter and Cole, and the mom tries to cue in her daughter to attack the ex-boyfriend at this obvious point. And we then see Amelia killing her own creator. Now this is vintage AI, or not even AI, this is vintage, creation, territory of, the creation killing the creator. That is something that is, that predates this, obviously, by a long country mile, but anyway. Point being that they escape. So Megan gets back to her old messed up body because she got like attacked by the agents or whatever. Then she fights Amelia, but Amelia makes contact with the original AI killer and turns into an AI god essentially. But then we see that Megan has brought on that attitude of doing what was right, so she's the one who goes on the attack once more with the mom using the EMP to shut them both down. We cut to X amount of time later, probably a few months, mayhaps, where the mom is talking about how we as humans are quick to condemn something, aka technology and AI, but that humans have the capability of changing their minds, but that takes time. And sort of like akin to when Jurassic Park became Jurassic World, they're already talking about working with AI intelligence. As they return home, Megan makes her appearance, saying that of course she made a backup of herself at the house. And as I mentioned earlier, they do the paperclip gag. That's how we know that she returned. We originally see the paperclip, and then the paperclip turns into a Megan icon on the computer screen. And that's how the movie ends. And, we have a little bit of action as promised by even the trailers. We have the switch of where Megan is positioned herself from the first movie, just like from Terminator 1 to Terminator 2. And I actually think this movie is fine. Yeah, it does go a little, there are a lot of moving pieces, but I do think getting back to the discussion of AI, it's always a tricky one because I myself, again, have consistently recognized that AI does have its good uses, at least in the medical field. However, in the artistic field is where AI is definitely positioned itself in a more negative connotation. And, this is advanced AI we are talking about, with Megan, of course. We are talking about, like, a fully roboticized AI that looks and sounds humanoid. And, of course, when you look to Japan, you've already seen, if you look up videos, you already see that this is something that they've already, got going on. America, we're apparently pursuing AI. I didn't know what that meant, due to our political pundits being extremely vague when they say shit like that. It'd be nice to know what that actually means, because when you just say you're pursuing AI, I actually don't know what you're referring to, because that could be something good, but that could simultaneously be something extremely bad. And yet, here we are. Not so much changed for the better, but seemingly anyway. The movie, I feel, in an overall nutshell, is very timely, to say the least. And I do like the direction it's going in. It's now separated itself from its competitor in Chucky, which is something that was brought up from the original Megan, is this whole idea of Megan versus Chucky. And now, that idea, Megan versus Chucky, actually has even more cadence to it, because Chucky would still be a antagonist, and now you can have Megan as the protagonist. So you can actually have a proper battle, and the versus isn't just two antagonists facing each other, rather a versus of good versus, reformed good in this instance versus evil. So yeah, I look forward to if that ever pops off. Hopefully they remembered about that and they actually follow through. Who knows, though, right? Anywho, I think I would give this movie, though, a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's mind-blowing or anything. Like I said, there are definitely still a lot of moving pieces in there, but I would also argue that there isn't too many flaws that I would have noticed from watching it, at least the once. So yeah, I would argue that, it's a solid 7 out of 10. And that's my review of Megan 2.0. And if you ended up enjoying this review, then please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure to check out those links in the description. One will head you over to my petition about small YouTubers and into my PayPal, where you can help support me and my channel directly, and there to my Discord server. You can join Collab, Shield, all that cool stuff for free. And until next time, everybody, bye-bye.